Hello everyone, this is Diane. It's a rainy Sunday evening here and I'm working on the French Farmhouse journals, and I thought I would just turn the camera on and let you see how I'm using the elements of this kit from Seneca Pond Crafts to decorate the pages of the journals. There are slightly different sizes to the two different books that I'm making, and so what I'm working on right now are the pages that fit this book. So I already have chosen some of the elements that I'm going to be using to decorate the pages. I just have to apply them to the page, sewing, gluing, or whatever. So we saw this one in yesterday's video, and I added a flip, a fabric flip, with this antique lace at the top. And these are the corners that I had stamped in a video where I was making stamped ephemera. So I stamped these on the scraps of this craft glassine paper, cut them out and glued them on there. I added a doily. And now on this page, I'm going to add the glassine, the craft glassine paper, because this basket doesn't really stand out against that patterned paper very well. So I added this behind it. And, well, I want to glue the paper down and then just sew this on as a tuck spot. But by doing that, I won't be able to sew right away because the glue will be wet. Should have thought of that and had that done. I think I want this side facing out. So I'm going to have to paper clip that back on there because I'm not going to sew it right now, but you can see what I'm going to do. This is one of the elements from the kit, so I'm going to just sew around that and make it a tuck spot, and then tuck these two journaling cards in it. Now here I have this little marking that says Nordic Wear, from where I copy dyed the paper on my Nordic Wear pan. And it's not that noticeable, especially since it's going to be right in the seam where the book is, but I just thought it would be fun to just add this little copy dyed scrap of paper there to cover that up and just add a little bit of texture. And I'm trying to decide if I want to sew it or glue it. I think I'll sew it for more texture. And I'm just going to use a straight stitch. And I sewed right through where I didn't want to sew because that glue is still wet, but the needle doesn't seem sticky. Also, I sewed through this, which I wanted to lift, but it's the very edge, so I'm just going to tear that. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and sew this now because this edge isn't where the glue is, and I'm just going to get into a little bit of the glue there, and I already sewed through it, so hey, live dangerously. I may regret those words. I ran out of bobbin thread, wouldn't you know? I am sorry. We are going, oh jeebers, we are going to thread the bobbin. I don't have a spare one. What was that? Oh, it's my sewing machine. I thought my camera was beeping at me that it was going to turn off, and it didn't turn off. But it was just because I touched a button on my sewing machine. That's what was beeping at me. I've started this video umpteen times, and something kept happening, so I was afraid the camera was shutting off on me. I'm really having a lot of fun making these journals. I love all of the elements. I'm having fun adding in some of my vintage laces and my stamped pieces, and I'm really enjoying these. So I hope that you're enjoying seeing them, and I hope that somebody is going to love the finished product enough to take them off my hands. Okay, I wanted that bobbin to be nice and full. It works better when it's full. I don't know why, but when my bobbin starts to get low, it doesn't work as well. The bobbin jumps around and it makes the stitches loose. And I don't know why. Probably I need to adjust something, but I don't know how. Now, see if I can get this in there. Usually I put my face right down there so I can see what I'm doing, but I don't want to get in the camera. Okay, I'm going to have to move this machine so I can get my face down there. Okay, it's in. I'm so sorry that you have to watch me do this, but I don't want to start the video again, and I don't know how to edit. Okay, now we've given that glue a little more time to dry. Not folding easily because I have to fold this part, that new paper that we sewed in. So that gives a little more texture on this side and that side and right in here. And these cards can get tucked in here. That part's done, and now over here I already used some eyelets to attach these two pieces, and I'm going to just glue this down, and then you can lift them up and right under it. And this is just a cut off piece of scrapbook paper, coffee dyed scrapbook paper from a different journal that I made. So again, this is another piece of this coffee dyed filler paper with the holes in it, the binder holes. Okay, that's done. Now for this one, I'm just going to glue this little label at the top of that and leave the rest of that for journaling. But it has a place for a date there. I added a pig down here, a stamped pig, hog maybe. Those fat-bodied ones, are they hogs? Some more of those corners. And I think we're just going to do gluing on this page too. I want to glue this. This is a stamped ledger page that came with that farm set. And that'll get glued there. This will get glued here. So it'll be like that. Going to use the glue stick for the doily. It's a piece of a coffee dyed doily. I don't know if I'll add anything to that. This is just sitting right here. That would be a nice addition. If I get up there. Okay, that takes care of one signature. And the next one, you saw this pocket. I added this piece, which you can just open up and write in. It was printed on parchment and I inked around the edges. You have to wiggle a little bit so that the corners don't get snagged on the lace. Another flip. And this one, I just took the little petal pocket, and I don't think it came with any cards to fit in it, because I don't think there were any square cards. But I cut these just under I cut them 3 by 3 and then trimmed them slightly so that they wouldn't be a snug fit. This is a piece of the glassine, and I just stamped that up here. And I used that stamp set that had the girl in the swing. It's Graphic 45 from Hampton Arts, and somebody sent it to me in a happy mail. So I used all of these stamps are from that kit. There's a little bunny that says hippity hop, and these are little French farm children playing tag. And you can write on these. You could even write on the inside of the envelope. And rather than glue it down, because I want this visible, I just used owl paper clip to clip it to the page. Didn't think it was that hard to clip it on there. And then here I just sewed a tag to this little flap part of a small page. So it looks like I already did pretty much everything in this book. I took the cow stamp and just sewed it at the bottom, and it's a little tuck spot there. I just want to decorate the back page. So again, I have a little piece to write on. This is from the kit. And I'm adding this coffee dyed strip and this little strip that came with the kit. It was a longer strip, and I just tore a piece of it off. I'm going to add this little sheep. It'll be like that. Make sure I have the right. Somebody's texting me. I want to be sure I know where the edge of the paper is. That's why I folded it over. It's been raining all day here today. I guess it's supposed to rain for a few days, but it's better than snow. So there's that page. Let's see what we have to do in this signature. So I made this. I don't think I did this on camera. I talked about it, but I took this piece of paper. I actually have 2 of them. And I cut this shape out with my Big Shot machine. And then I put them together and sewed them together around here and up here, and then I sewed it to the page. But I sandwiched this piece of lace in between. So the pocket goes way down to here, but it's so hard or easy to get the tags. Well, that one went down. It wants to snag on the other side of this. So it's fine to just leave them up there. But I made this tag specifically for this pocket because I needed something for the pocket. And so I stamped my French Rooster on there, and then this date stamp. And there is a large doily stamp that I stamped off the tag. It's a complete doily, but I just stamped it off the tag. Obviously it wouldn't fit. And I used the more mustard ink from Stampin' Up. And then I just put one of the jar tags that come with the kit in there. And some antique lace here. Alright, on this page I just wanted to add a little collaged embellishment on the page. So I took a piece of the torn coffee dyed doily, piece of the scrap paper, and then this definition label. It says quiet, the quality or state of being quiet. I like that word. I don't like too much noise. How did I have this? Yeah. I thought a rainy day would be a good day, good evening to have some chocolate pudding. Homemade, I mean not homemade, it's a royal mix, but I love it warm. I don't like the kind that you just add cold milk to and beat it and then let it thicken. That's cold pudding. I like warm pudding. And I was looking forward to having that this evening. And I went out to the kitchen to cook it when I decided it was time. And then I realized I didn't have enough milk. I was so disappointed. Because it's a rainy day, Sunday evening, good day for pudding. But apparently not. So there's what that looks like. This I already glued a Rooster to that I stamped. And I glued this on. And I made this. I didn't think I was going to do this camera over at the sewing machine, so I went ahead and made this. So I took this piece of burlap, came off of this, and I had to trim it to the right height, which took off the finished edge. So in order to keep it so that, because I'm not going to sew this part to the page, and it would just keep on pulling apart. So I sewed this really pretty woven brown ribbon, it's vintage, at the top to keep the top edge from fraying. And then I sewed this scrapbook paper and the stamped Rooster on there, and then sewed it on as a belly band and added this little envelope with a long tag inside. And that goes in there. That's not how it goes. It must go here. There's a Rooster. I already showed you them. So I'm not sure where that belly band page goes. I'll have to figure that out. But here, I started doing this one, and I had to let the glue dry before I finished it, but I took another scrap of paper and glued a piece of doily to the top, and I wrapped it around the edge. So I'm just going to sew that. And I'm going to take this little tag that came with the kit and just sew it right there. All right. And then I'm going to take this decorated scrap of paper and sew it here to be a pocket for this tag. And I'll show you that. It's a little booklet tag that came with the kit. So this little tag is like that, and it has these flaps so it's these two plus the flaps that hang down, and when you fold them it goes like this, and I just sewed on those two edges so it's open like that. It comes with 4 tags, and you can sew them together or glue them together to make them double-sided, or the instructions say you can print like one of these pages on the back, so it would have something on the back, but I just inked them and tucked them in there, and now there's a little booklet of tags to go in that pocket. And one more back page to decorate. So again, I have a tag, a list, I guess. It's not a tag, it's a list. And I don't remember how I had this, so I'll just have to come up with something else. I think I had it up here like this. And then this little label says delight, a high degree of satisfaction. I think this book is going to be quite chunky when I'm done because I'm embellishing it so much. I didn't want to just take all of the embellishments that came with the kit and just put them in. I wanted to be creative with those elements and add laces and layering and stuff like that. So like I said, I'm really having a lot of fun doing this. I am taking delight in putting this book together. And I love this kit so much that I would really love to keep one of these books, but I don't even know if I'm going to have room to keep the journals that I already have. When I move. So I'm not gonna keep any of the new journals that I make until I see what kind of space I have. And besides, it's a journal kit. I can always print it and make another one sometime for me. Ta-da! Now there's a couple elements that didn't get put in. Like I said, I divided in a previous video. I said that I took all the elements that came with the kit and divided them up for the 2 books. So the ones that I had set aside for this book, I just have a few pieces left, so I'm gonna have to go through and see if I can put them in somewhere. If not, I'll just send them with the book, and the recipient can see what they can do with them. So I think this is pretty much done. I might add another row of lace on an edge in each signature, because I usually have 2 rows of lace. And I don't know, what do you think about fabric tabs on the top? I think I'd like to put some tabs on the top of this one. So I might do that. I'm at half an hour. I'm gonna go downstairs and relax a bit before I have to go to bed. I'm watching my granddaughter tomorrow. So I think I would just like to relax a little bit. So thanks for hanging out with me this evening, and I hope that you're liking how these journals are coming along. I really like them. And I'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.